Some days you're going to just wonder how you're doing it, and you'll be just doing it. And that's something what I want you to really see it for yourself. Don't go and think that you need to have every single thing in order and have the fancy house, the fancy video, the fancy everything. It's just you need to have your genius plugged in and holding it so much, holding your genius without the evidence. Because every one of us, if you're comparing yourself to somebody who is doing business for years and you're going, I need to have this, I need to have that, you don't. All what you need is your trust, your faith, and belief in you, who you are. What are you bringing to the world? And bring your chair to the table and sit shoulder to shoulder, equally at the table. That's all what you need. If you're going to be comparing yourself that, you need to have the shiny things, the shiny objects, you're focusing on material stuff, external validations. One of my mentors, where she is multimillionaire businesswoman, she doesn't have the website until this year. She doesn't have the funnels. She was doing her lives and doing her own things and payment links, everything by herself. Until she didn't make, I think it was the first $1 million. So I will say this to you is, don't be so focused on you need this particular program, you need this, you need that. All what you need is your trust in yourself. And I'll have to say this, what helped me in my business is having a women next to you, but women who were literally equal power but different, where they had absolutely love, absolutely faith, absolutely no jealousy, just watching, observing, and holding the power together. That's what you need. Nothing shiny. Nothing to think about it, too much of it. We get lost in little details. We need to have all of these things. When you started walking in the beginning, when you were a baby, you need to learn to, before even crawling, was rolling on the belly. And then crawling. And then from crawling went into lifting yourself up and a little on getting the strength in your legs to be able to walk. And then you fall down a few times and you grazed your knees perhaps. That all happened. And this is the same thing in a business. It's the same thing in life. This is the same thing everywhere we can apply it. But as the humans, we're looking for it. It has to be perfect. I have to have all the strategy. Everything just works it out. And everything has to just continuously happen equally all the time, like straight line. And in the medical world, and I was registered nurse before, I will say this, if we have a straight line in the medical world, patient is not living. Life will happen that we're going to go up and down, and in those moments we need to hold our faith. We need to hold our power no matter what. No matter what you're holding and no matter what you're believing in yourself, no matter what you're bringing the future version of yourself and embodying it within yourself and becoming the future version. Not because just something happened and just like everything you just drop down. You're holding it. You're absolutely holding it. And surrounding yourself with the people who is equal power but different. And maybe you don't have them around you. They will come when you're ready. Trust that. And maybe the journey at the moment is maybe solo and you're by yourself. Be comfortable with that. And enjoy it. Sitting in peace and trust. And continuously plugging to that. And one day everything will make sense. And one day it will be like your flower where you're waiting 100 years, it will start blooming. One petal at a time will start opening. And the perfume from the beautiful smell of the flower will be circling around your house, your room, out of your house. It will be just extraordinary. But as humans, we get impatient, and this is the label of the human mind. Because somebody maybe told you this is how fast has to happen. But I always believe in steady foundations, in strong foundations, will give you the monuments to last. When we have the monuments built to last, when we create the life with the vision, the long vision, where we want to be, how we want to be there, and we trust in the whole path, those monuments last longer. And if the circumstances happen as life will going to give you curveballs, it doesn't happen that everything collapses. And if it does collapses, we trust that it was for the reason why it had to happen. And maybe there is no reason to our mind, our human mind, to make a sense out of it. But we're trying to make it sense through the human lens instead of through the soul lens. And when the clients come and see me and I say to them, this is through the soulful lens, we're looking into it, not through the human mind. And my whole education was in a science. Through the nursing, through the medical lab, through forensics, everything was science-based. And his spirit kept saying to me, but this, but that. And I was like, how? And I had to drop the how and just trust. And this is where the whole 360 degrees changes happen. So when we sit in unwavering, in anchoring to the faith, knowing absolutely in peace and holding that peace no matter what, is the bliss when it happens, and where I call it a limitless. With understanding that life will gonna give us the curveballs. Because that's normal. That is part of the life and the living. And that's life. But hold that in, no matter what. And write down that for yourself. No matter what, you hold it in. We get up and we keep walking. You maybe fall down and graze our knees, but we get up